what percentage chance do you give to the fact by June end, all these financing arrangements will not necessarily come into place for the industry, or that potentially that banks might choose to put money in the hands of some of the stronger NBFCs, but not necessarily the mid-sized or some of the slightly more stressed, NBFCs. Do you expect that June end we might see some volatility in the space from a business point of view?
No, I think I would not be an alarmist on this, and I'll tell you why. Because I think what government has come out with, maybe what you are saying is a risk of a lot of smaller NBFCs which have maybe smaller books. But the 30,000 crore facility that government has come out with, for which is special purpose vehicle for NBFCs, bonds and others, is a good initiative. The 45,000 crores of the partial credit guarantee scheme is also a good initiative. All this plus the banks and NHB and NABARD and also got a lot of funding from RBI, which is also all getting processed. And banks have a lot of cash. So banks also understand, and banks have handled this a lot more. See, as compared to the mutual fund industry, the banking industry is a lot evolved in dealing with clients and all that. I think the mutual fund and the bond market is a lot more immature and is a lot more unevolved because they have not seen credit cycles across. But banks have seen that. Banks have been funding NBFCs for the last 5 years. They have a lot of understanding of that. They have the understanding of the underlying portfolio. So a bank can come and look at your portfolio and see what is there, while a mutual fund cannot do that. So I think,
Mr. Shah, I'm so sorry to briefly interrupt you. You've been saying that banks will look at the underlying portfolio. They will use this as an opportunity to renegotiate terms of the loan. They want to make sure that this is some sort of stress test on the reserves of the NBFCs. All of that seems to sound to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds to me that banks want to be doubly careful of who they're giving their money to, which is not very fair from the bank point of view. But from the NBFC industry point of view, I'm just wondering if that will mean that while the strong end of the industry and maybe the top 2, 3, 4 players will be all right June end, the middle and the lower end of the industry will be in for a crisis of sorts, because we only have about now 30, 40 days for all these government measures also to be activated and implemented.
Yeah, so I think 30, 40 days is a long time. The 30,000 crore of special purpose window from the government is a fairly good amount if you look at the data and all. So again, as I said, I am not an alarmist. I do think, I agree with you 100%, Menka. There is a lot of risk aversion in the system. And as I always said that, we have to create an environment where the risk to the banks and the risk to the banker himself also comes down. So I think, because in the past when bankers had bad loans and all, I think even individuals have been hauled up and all. We need to get that fear culture out of the way. But as long as we can do that, I think the banks have been risk covers, not just with NBFCs, they have been risk covers with everybody. Everybody is risk covers. Mutual funds are risk covers, banks are risk covers, NBFCs are risk covers. So I wouldn't say risk aversion is a problem. I think how to overcome that is the main issue. And the government measures. See, ultimately it became almost like, who is the risk taker of the last resort? Should it be banks or should it be government? Now, all over the world, we are seeing that government has stepped up and said, I'm the risk taker of the last resort. Because you should remember that government is also a partner in the profits of the industry. When you pay 30% tax, government is a 30% partner in that. So if the government does not backstop risk and the banks are not willing to take risk, anyway activity will come down, tax revenues will come down. So either there is a visible cost or an invisible cost for the government, and that's happening all over the world. So I think in India also government has stepped up, and government has also indicated they are willing to do more also as required. They've been very engaged. And I think this was the main issue, who takes risk. And you are absolutely right, banks have been risk covers. But with what government has been doing and the banks, the way they've been stepping up and they've been understanding the needs and all that, I do think there won't be a crisis. But as I said, I'm not an alarmist, and it's uncomfortable. That goes without saying. But it's not an alarming situation that I think what has happened in the last 18 months. I think this gloom doom around NBFCs has become a favorite for a lot of people. People want to say that NBFCs, because last 18 months also, and in 18 months also, we have seen a huge amount of crunch. Commercial paper market has gone away. I would say most NBFCs, except a few, most NBFCs have been able to navigate, and this is 18 months. The liquidity crisis in India in earlier environments was never more than 3 to 4 months. By March of this year, we had 18 months, starting from September 2018 till March 2020. We had 18 months of squeeze on liquidity with periodic issues and all, and most NBFCs have been able to manage. Yes, growth has gone away, earnings have been under pressure. NBFCs have shrunk their balance sheet. We have shrunk our balance sheet by 8,000 crore in the last year. It has come at a cost, but NBFCs have managed it. So I think there is also a lot of, because currently because of COVID, there is a lot of stress all around, from airline industry to hospitality to media to auto to F&B to retail. Everybody is under stress, and I somehow think that the issues of the NBFC industry, and as you correctly said, there is this two-way moratorium versus one-way moratorium has been an issue, but it's being played out a lot. And I must compliment the government; they have stepped up and they have said we will ensure that there are no accidents that happen. So I think we should keep that in mind. We should see how fast it gets operationalized. I was very happy to see the cabinet approving the special scheme today. So all this is going, I think as per the plan that the government and RBI and the banks have.